All right, so yeah, I'm primarily a Uber driver. The one thing about Uber is, like, I don't know why, but they made it where people don't tip, and that's the strangest thing, and it's the weirdest thing because I used to tip every time I would take a taxi before I like rolled out. Like, I always tip, you know what I mean? And you would pay more for the fares. Like, I remember one time I went to like I was living in Everett, Washington. I had to go to like Seattle to catch a plane or whatever. I don't know, but the ride there would take cost me like darn near $100 just to get there, right? Or something like that, some high price. And I talked to the cab driver into giving it to me for like 80, and that was like a good deal. You know what I mean? And I remember that like I man, I like he showed up and anyway, like I paid him and I tipped him and all that. And it was just crazy that nowadays when I when I take I give people rides like even further distances, and it's like I'll get like $30 out of it, or you know what I mean, like just some short cash, and then they don't tip. Like it's crazy. It's crazy how much Uber has like taken the money out of this stuff. So my thing is I just like the customer appreciation and that you get with like some of these other apps, which is DoorDash, Postmates, and things like that. Because at the end of the day, I most of those people tip, and that was the one thing that I didn't know going into it. I just assumed that because I've done Uber first, so I just assumed everybody's kind of like that, like they're just not going to tip. But no, they actually they tip. They appreciate, you're taking your time out and actually giving them, top quality service. And it's easy. The only hard thing about the job is really just going to some places where it's really crowded. And I personally have a little bit of social anxiety to a degree. So when there's like huge lines and you got to kind of like get your way up to the front because normally the person already put the order through and you're just picking up. So that can be kind of like an awkward moment, I guess. But at the end of the day, if that's like the hardest part of your job, then you really have an easy job. Like you should probably keep that job. So I don't know what situation you're in. Maybe, what I'm saying, maybe you can give it a try. But that's just what I'm into. Like, yeah, it's just cool, man. It's just one of those things where and also people give like really good ratings. Like I have like a straight like 5-star rating for my orders or whatever, and I really haven't tried as hard with Dasher in comparison to like Uber or Lyft. Like you actually have to talk to the customer and keep your car clean. Not that I have a dirty car, but when you have somebody riding in your car with you, you literally have to have everything spotless, or they might complain about your car not being tidy. But when you're what I'm saying, like when you're just driving around and you're picking up items for people, it's kind of like it's totally different. Um, and surprisingly, like Dasher actually gives you a long time to pick up the food. I've always beaten like my times by at least like, I mean, the time that they said that it needed to be delivered by at least like almost like 30 minutes. Like the order I delivered today, it was about 30 minutes. I'm like, there's no way I need this much time to deliver this food. And so like the customer is always, more than happy when they get their food because they expected it to be a lot later. So you normally get like really good ratings. So it's not like Uber where a lot of people kind of get kicked off the platform. Like if you like look through YouTube, you'll see like a surprising amount of people that get not necessarily kicked all the way off, but like they get suspended at a certain point of time because they get bad ratings for whatever reason, you know. Um, yeah, it's not that many ways to like mess it up. So I don't know. I'm considering going more with delivering with Dasher over actually driving with Uber pretty soon. But for right now, I'm still like more of a full-time Uber driver. So take my advice in with a grain of salt, I guess. I don't know. But that's all I got for you right now. So take it easy.